Alright guys, so as we all know, Bitcoin has in fact been dumping. Yesterday we saw Bitcoin dropping and today it's slightly more lower than where it was yesterday. And I want to talk about why I do believe it's going to get worse for Bitcoin. Now, before I explain why Bitcoin will potentially continue to have a drop, and this most likely, this most likely will happen, I just want to let you guys know to not panic. This is not the time to be panicking at all for Bitcoin. You guys need to understand, like I said many times, the Bitcoin top is not in yet. Okay, please understand that, guys. Bitcoin eventually, no matter what happens with Bitcoin, okay, in the next upcoming few weeks, because I do believe, like I said, Bitcoin is going to continue to dump, okay, no matter what happens, we're going to see a beautiful recovery happening for Bitcoin. It's going to go back up to its previous highs. And as of right now, its previous highs is $124,000. It's going to bounce back up to its previous highs. And it's not going to stop there. It's going to reach a new high. Okay, please understand that, guys. So let me just show you guys, why I truly do believe Bitcoin will potentially drop even lower. Okay, because there is in fact a fair few things that I do want to show you guys. But of course, guys, there is in fact some charts that I do want to show you guys that no matter, like I said, what happens with Bitcoin, Bitcoin will have a beautiful bounce back up. Okay, so let's talk about it, guys. So the Bitcoin price today, $113,600. So yeah, Bitcoin, like I said, is a bit more lower compared to where it was yesterday, and it actually went as low as 112. Okay, $112,000. Okay, 0.5. So we're now slightly above that at 113. But yeah, the price has in fact been dropping. Now, if we go to the daily time frame, guys, I'm realizing this, right? I'm looking at this right now, okay, on the daily time frame, and you guys can see it too, that this is a support level for Bitcoin, okay? But we just can clearly see back in August, okay, literally the beginning of this month in August, right, August 3rd, we did actually see Bitcoin having this drop back down to 112, okay, right over here. Okay, back in August, right, early of August this month. And then we saw this beautiful run up happening for Bitcoin. And this run up, did bring Bitcoin to a new high of, like I said, $112,000 all the way up over here. Okay, you guys clearly see that. And ever since we did reach, a new all-time high of $124,000, Bitcoin has in fact been dropping, and now it's back. Okay, at 113, at one point it was back at 112. So this is clearly a pretty strong resistance. Okay, you guys clearly see that. So from here on, okay, it is looking like Bitcoin is holding up pretty well from this support level of 112. But unfortunately, guys, of course, if we do see a breakdown, okay, a breakdown from the support level of $112,000, then yes, we will, see Bitcoin continue to drop further down to the downside, whether that's 110 to 105, who exactly knows, okay, but it will drop further down to the downside. And I'll also want to explain why, okay, it could potentially happen for Bitcoin. But so far, okay, it is still above this support level, so nothing to be panicking about at all. But we'll have to see. I will obviously, keep you guys up to date on that. So Bitcoin, yes, has in fact been dropping. Okay, you guys clearly see for the past 24 hours, it is down almost 2%. For the week, it is down 6%. And yes, altcoins are dropping as well. Alts are dropping quite a bit, guys. And as we all know, a couple of days ago, right, past week, altcoins have in fact been going up. Same with, especially Ethereum. Okay, as we all know, Ethereum was so close to reaching back up to, its previous highs. Didn't quite get there. Okay, you have to clearly see that $4,800. It was so close. It went at as high as 4.7, almost at 4.8. Like I said, didn't quite get there, and now it is dropping, and it's just below 4.2 right now. But yeah, I do believe soon enough we're gonna see Ethereum having a beautiful bounce back up. Okay, because alt season is going to be happening, guys. Okay, understand that Bitcoin dominance is still below 60%, just below it, right? But yeah, altcoins have been dropping, guys. Okay, past 24 hours, even for the past week, right, past few days, altcoins have been dropping quite a bit. Okay, fair few alts for the week are down over 5%, some over 10%. Okay, which is understandable, right? Nothing goes up forever. Okay, but yeah, you guys just clearly see a fair few alts have been dropping today. Same with yesterday, and I do believe this is the best time to accumulate, because you guys need to understand alt season is going to be happening. Okay, and I hope you guys are ready for that. Like, this is just the beginning of alt season, guys. Okay, it really is. We haven't even seen anything yet, and trust me, it's going to be going even more crazy. So be prepared for that. Now, why do I think the Bitcoin price will continue to go lower? Okay, well, I've said this many times. I do believe, okay, the next upcoming few weeks, especially next month in September, you guys need to understand we're going to be entering September pretty shortly, in less than 2 weeks' time. Okay, we have just over a week left into this month in August, and as we know, August is pretty bearish for Bitcoin, right? You guys can clearly see the past few years we have been seeing a fair few reds for the month of August for Bitcoin history. Same with September. So as I told you guys many times, September is a very bearish month for Bitcoin. Okay, that's what you guys need to understand. Like, this is how bearish September is. Look at it. Okay, we've only seen 4 green Septembers, and the rest were pretty much all red. Okay, you guys can clearly see that. And you guys need to understand, right? The best performing September was just last year in 2024, and it was only up over 7%, 7.3%. That just shows you guys how bearish September is. And I do believe, okay, next month, we're going to see Bitcoin having some corrections. I truly do believe in that. I'm not expecting too much for Bitcoin, okay, in the next upcoming few weeks, especially next month in September. And that's why I've been telling guys, right, this is going to be a great time, okay, to accumulate Bitcoin, right? The next upcoming few weeks are going to be some amazing times to simply, you know, accumulate more Bitcoin, because we're going to see some corrections. It's going to be a very bumpy road, okay, for September, okay, in general for Q3, okay, which is where we are right now. But you guys need to understand Q4, man, get ready for Q4, because that's when things will flip and turn around. Just like what I told you guys in my most previous video on Bitcoin. I told you guys that Bitcoin will have a beautiful reversal of no matter what's going to be happening with Bitcoin. Yes, we're going to see more corrections potentially, but understand we're going to see a reversal. So pretty much a bounce back up. Okay, it's going to continue to go high, back up to its previous highs, and then it's going to be reaching new highs. So understand, guys, October, be ready for October. Very exciting, because as we all know, October is a very bullish month for Bitcoin. As you can clearly see, we have only seen 2 red Octobers back in 2014 and 2018. The rest were all greens. Okay, you guys can clearly see that. So October is a very bullish month for Bitcoin, and that's why a lot of people call it Optober. Okay, and it makes sense. So get ready for October, November as well. November is amazing for Bitcoin as well. And December's pretty decent, right? December's like 50-50. So in general, guys, get ready for Q4 for Bitcoin, okay? Because I do believe we're going to see some massive moves happening for Bitcoin in Q4 this year in 2025. But Q3, okay, we're still in the greens, up only 6%, okay? It's going to be a bumpy road for Q3. Understand that, guys, right? August is pretty bearish, same with September, so it's going to be very bumpy, okay? Even Benjamin posted this, okay, back a couple weeks ago, right? Saying in all prior post-halving years, 2013, 2017, 2021, Bitcoin was green in July and August, then red in September. So far this year, we have a green July. If August is also green, we might get a seasonal drop in September before a bounce in October, okay? And that's true, right? That can happen, right? So I'm not expecting much for Bitcoin in the next upcoming few weeks. I do believe more corrections are coming. But yeah, September, man, get ready for that, guys, right? Because September is going to be a great time to simply accumulate, you know, Bitcoin and, of course, you know, your favorite altcoins, right? It really is, guys, because it's going to be pretty bumpy, okay, especially for Bitcoin, right? It's going to be, you know, some harsh times. But you guys need to understand, for the people out there that have been in Bitcoin for a while now, like past few years, we're used to this, right? Bitcoin, as we all know, is pretty volatile, right? Short term, but long term, it is always going up. So there is really nothing to be panicking about, guys, okay? And you guys need to understand, it is healthy to see corrections, okay? You know, Bitcoin just does not shoot up straight away, like in a straight line, right? We're going to see some corrections along the way, and that's normal. It's healthy, right? So talking about Ethereum, okay, Ethereum right now, okay, is showing this bullish flag. Okay, so this bull flag on Ethereum is forming, right? You guys can clearly see that. Okay, a downtrend. And soon enough, once we do see a breakout from this, okay, resistance, yes, we're gonna see, Ethereum bouncing back up to, 4.7, 4.8, right, its previous highs, and then of course it's gonna be reaching a new high. You guys need to understand, Ethereum will be reaching a new high. Like, it was so close. A couple of days ago, we did see Ethereum like almost reaching back up to its previous highs, even reaching a new high. Didn't quite get there, but I do believe Ethereum is going to have a beautiful run up to a new all-time high. So Ethereum holders, be prepared for that. Okay, a massive pump is still going to be happening for Ethereum, so be prepared for that. Now, here's Bitcoin. Okay, so I want to show you guys some Bitcoin charts now. So Bitcoin's quick dip signals a bullish rebound. Okay, so you guys can clearly see in the past, few months, throughout 2023, 2024, okay, and of course throughout 2025, ever since the beginning of 2023, we have in fact been seeing these corrections forming for Bitcoin, right? Literally at the beginning of 2023 to where we are right now, we have in fact been seeing Bitcoin forming this beautiful uptrend, okay, to a new all-time high. Went back up to its previous highs of 69K from the last bull cycle, and now it's reached a new high, right? But yeah, you guys can just clearly see corrections are normal. Bitcoin always has a recovery and bounces back up. Okay, so we have been seeing Bitcoin dropping 20%, 22%, even over 30%, right? Over 33%, okay, in July, right? You guys can clearly see that. So this is completely normal, and right now, okay, Bitcoin is only down like what, 9%, less than 10%, guys. Like, this is nothing. This dump that we are in fact seeing right now for Bitcoin is nothing compared to all these other corrections that we have in fact been seeing for Bitcoin in the past few months and years, right, throughout 2024 and 2023. Okay, you guys clearly see that. So there is nothing to be panicking about. Like I said, okay, corrections are completely normal for Bitcoin short term, but you guys need to understand, this just clearly shows you guys, right? This chart is beautiful. It's amazing because it just clearly shows us no matter what happens with Bitcoin, right? If it has a correction, it's going to have a reversal. It's going to bounce back up, okay? And it's going to go much, much higher. And that's exactly what this chart does show you guys, okay? So understand, that's why I've been telling you guys, okay, we're going to see Bitcoin continue to go higher. Please understand that, guys, okay? The top is not in yet for Bitcoin. Now, Benjamin also posted this today, right, saying Bitcoin will likely go to its bull market support band in September. Okay, you guys can see the support band is all the way down over here. And if Bitcoin does go back down to the support band in September, that's going to bring Bitcoin pretty much below 110. Okay, so around 108 to 105. Okay, so like I said earlier, yes, it is possible that we do see Bitcoin continue to go lower. And if it does, okay, once we do see Bitcoin, breaking this support level, like I said, right over here of 112, yes, it's going to drop even lower, guys. Okay, please understand that. So yes, in September, we may see Bitcoin most likely drop to its support band. Okay, and that's going to bring Bitcoin to, like I said, below 110 at least. So 108, 105, maybe even lower than that. I hope you guys will take this as an opportunity to buy more Bitcoin and to accumulate more Bitcoin, right? Because this is the best time to do that. Okay, so I'm telling you guys this to not be bearish. Okay, of course, you guys know I'm very, very bullish, especially, long term. But I just want to, just to give you guys a heads up, okay, because this is potentially going to be happening for Bitcoin. Okay, we will potentially see some corrections happening for Bitcoin. And like I said, it is completely normal. So I'm just giving you guys a heads up, okay, because when this does happen, I don't want you guys to panic and to panic sell. This is not the time to be selling at all. This is the time to simply hold your positions and do nothing. And if you can buy, accumulate, right? Of course, okay? Days like this where we see corrections are the best times to buy more, okay? To simply accumulate more, okay? But yeah, you guys clearly see Bitcoin keeps setting double bottoms before heading higher. This time won't be different. So you guys clearly see Bitcoin keeps doing these double bottoms, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, like where it's doing right now, okay? And yeah, soon enough, maybe, okay, we don't see a triple bottom or anything like that. It will have a bounce back up, okay, just like what it did, a couple months ago, right? So get ready for that, guys. It's going to be amazing for Bitcoin. Okay, we'll have to see, but maybe, okay, just maybe, if it does support this level, okay, yes, that's when it will bounce back up. But if it doesn't, okay, and Bitcoin breaks the support level of $112,000, just like what I showed you guys before, then yes, unfortunately, Bitcoin will drop further down to the downside. And hey, I don't mind. Okay, if Bitcoin does drop further down to the downside, I'm going to take it as an opportunity to simply accumulate more Bitcoin. Okay, and you guys should too. So Bitcoin is ready for a huge bull run. Okay, no matter what happens with Bitcoin, short term, this is pretty much what's going to be happening with Bitcoin. You guys need to understand the top is not in yet for Bitcoin. As I've been telling guys many times, personally, yes, I do believe Bitcoin will be reaching 150 to 200K to 250. I think this is very, very possible, right, for Bitcoin to reach these price targets. Like, I honestly do believe Bitcoin can reach beyond 200K this cycle. I think that is very, very possible. And there's predictions out there. People are saying, 400K, 500K. It's crazy, right? We'll have to see about that. But personally, I don't think we will see Bitcoin reaching like 500K this cycle. That will for sure happen in the next cycle, the next bull cycle, but not this bull cycle. I think we will see Bitcoin reaching, at least 200 to 300K, right? I think that's more realistic. But yeah, we'll have to see, guys, okay? And I know that may be bearish for some of you guys, but I just want to be transparent with you guys, okay? Because we have seen many, many predictions in the past for Bitcoin. Like, for example, back in 2021, okay, a lot of people were saying, Bitcoin, when it was running up over 60K, it was at, 65, 69K. People were saying, oh my God, it's going to be going to 100K. Clearly, it didn't. It didn't even reach 70K. So a lot of predictions were wrong. Like, I could be wrong. We probably won't even see Bitcoin reaching 200K, who exactly knows, but I do believe that will happen for Bitcoin. Okay, I do believe big moves are happening for Bitcoin. You guys need to understand this bull cycle is so different compared to the last bull cycle because so much money is flowing into Bitcoin. As we all know, the adoption for Bitcoin has been going crazy. As we all know, a lot of different countries, states, governments, okay, institutions, of course, companies, okay, are buying into Bitcoin, okay, and they realize why they need to own Bitcoin and accumulate Bitcoin. So, this bull cycle is going to be amazing. So be prepared for that, guys. And I do believe Bitcoin is going to have a beautiful run up to at least $200,000 and beyond. But when in doubt, zoom out. Okay, so understand, guys, Bitcoin always goes up. Okay, so this is the chart for Bitcoin, right? So when in doubt, zoom out, and you guys can clearly see, right? Short term, yes, Bitcoin is volatile. We see some corrections, but yes, okay, we see some corrections, but it always has a recovery. We always see Bitcoin having a beautiful recovery back up to its previous highs, even reaching a new high. We know, guys, it's called the 4-year cycle, right? We enter a bear cycle and then we enter a bull cycle. Every single time we enter a bull cycle, a new bull cycle, it always tends to reach a new all-time high. Every single time. It's like clockwork. History doesn't repeat itself for Bitcoin, but it does rhyme, okay? So understand Bitcoin is ready to go much, much higher. Okay, and then of course we're going to be entering a bear cycle because right now we're obviously in a bull cycle, right? So potentially in 2026, yes, we're going to be in a bear market, okay? And that's when, yes, we're going to see Bitcoin having some corrections. That's going to be the best time to buy. When we are in fact in a bear market, that is the best time to accumulate as much Bitcoin as you possibly can, right? Satoshis. And then of course we're going to be entering, the bull cycle once again. Okay, that should be happening around 2029 to 2030, somewhere around there, okay? But yeah, looking at this, Bitcoin always tends to go up, guys. So if you guys really think about it, Bitcoin has been around for over 15 years now. It just clearly showed you guys that Bitcoin has been in a bull market since day one. Looking at this, just look at it, okay? It's like a volatile uptrend. That's what I like to call it. Okay, we've been seeing some corrections, but it just always goes up. Okay, Bitcoin will go up forever, guys. Okay, you guys need to understand that Bitcoin truly is the most scarce asset out there in the world, the entire world, right? It really, really is. There's ever only be 21 million Bitcoins, and it's actually lower than that, which makes Bitcoin even more scarce because millions of Bitcoins have been lost forever in the past. Okay, so understand, guys, this is the best time to simply buy as much Bitcoins as you possibly can, okay? So that's exactly what I've been doing for the past few years, right? I've been DCAing into Bitcoin for the past 5 years now, which is crazy to, think about. And I'm still going strong. I'm not stopping, right? As you guys know, I'm just simply buying Bitcoin, okay? And I'm buying some Casper, okay? And that's really it. I'm not buying any more Ethereum and other altcoins. All I'm buying right now is Bitcoin and Casper, because I believe in both of these projects long term. I'm in it for long term. You guys need to understand, I'm a investor. I'm not a trader. I don't really trade crypto, right? I'm more of a investor. Okay, you guys need to understand that. Like every now and then I do make some trades, okay, for crypto, swing trades, but I'm more of a buy and hold type of guy, right? So that is that. But yeah, I appreciate all you guys for watching today's video. I will keep you guys up to date on Bitcoin if it does break this, support level of 112. If it does, then yes, expect Bitcoin to go much, much lower, okay? And understand, September is coming, and that's a very, very bearish month, okay? So be ready for that, guys. But we'll keep you guys up to date. Don't panic. Continue to hold and continue to DCA and accumulate more. Stay strong out there, guys, right? But yeah, I will catch you guys all in my next video. Have a good one, guys.